Well, it's Tuesday night. You know what that means? It's a Western Racing League Viking Construction Group Truck Series. My name's Chris Murphy here with DRSN. Thank you for being with us one more time. All right, we're gonna get underway here. So, where are we at here? We're at week number 10 of the Western Racing League Truck Series. Last week's winner, kind of a controversial win last week. Landon Slagan grabbed his first victory of the season at Dover last week. But a little controversy there over the last couple of laps with him and Everett Larson, but Landon going to take the win. We're going to come in here to week number 10. We'll take a look at our point standings here real quick. So point standings coming in tonight. David Sluter still holding on to that point lead, 44 points out in front of Nick Trader. Landon Slagan in third after picking up his first win last week. Everett Larson falls back to fourth. Victor Keith in the fifth spot. Rick Modric moving back up a little bit, back up to sixth. Brandon Cowell in seventh. Bryce Dickman, Mr. Steady in eighth. Quentin Steinbach in the ninth spot. Michael Champlin in 10th. Joshua Raymond, Paul Boomershine 11th and 12th, Jacob Thornton in 13th, Brady Zeller and J.D. Biddle round out our top 15 in the point standings. Qualifying getting underway right now. I'm going to turn off some of our notifications here. Some new graphics coming on the broadcast here tonight, courtesy of my good friend Rob Campbell over at Racer Nexus and Shane Cochran at Collateral Damage Sports Network. Been working together, putting together some new toys, so we'll have some stuff up here for you tonight. Get qualifying underway. Let's take a look here. On so far right now with fast time, it is Brendan Calloway at 30.36. Nick Trader right there with him at the exact same time. Michael or Mitchell, we're going to say Mitchell. Mitchell Williams there in the 54 is going to come in third. So only one qualifying lap here tonight. Everett Larson in fourth. So Mitchell's going to round up in third right now. Dean Wedeking back there in eighth. We'll take a look here. Jacob Thornton, he's going to come across the line in the 41. He's going to take the eighth spot. A few drivers still out there to make some laps. Nathan Nixon in the 38, now up to ninth. Josh Gagnon in the 79. We had a little talk with Josh just a little bit ago. He was feeling really confident about tonight. Let's see if he can make his way up from that 14th starting spot right now. Ram Wyatt in the 60 and 18th out here on the racetrack. Tyler Brewer on the number 40 with a good lap. He's going to get himself into the top 15. We got about 32 drivers here tonight. Victor Keith comes across the line in the very patriotic paint scheme there on the 48 tonight. In fourth spot, Biddle comes home in 13th. Let's see who else do we have out here on the racetrack. It looks like the 92 of Boomershine is going to put a qualifying lap in. We're going to follow along here with the 92. I don't know if I got the penalty info, but so Landon is telling me in the chat he has a drive-through. I'm guessing that is for that incident we talked about last week. So Landon Slagan's got a drive-through penalty for tonight on the first lap. All right, Victor Keith up there in fourth, as we said. Boomershine here in the 92. Let's see where Paul has not been qualifying. Let's put it this way. Qualifying has not been his strong point here lately. So let's see what Paul can do right here on his qualifying lap as he makes his way off of turn number 2. We've got Nathan Nixon out there making some more laps. So Paul right now, let's see here if he can roll through 3 and 4 right now. He's got a good lap right here. He's up towards the wall coming off of 4. He's going to cut down to the bottom through the triover section. Paul's going to go up into 10th. At the same time, the 35 of Mason only in 7th. Only a minute here left to go in qualifying. Tyler Brewer still out there on the racetrack making some laps. PJ O'Leary, not a great lap from PJ. He's going to be back there in the 32nd spot right now. We've got 35 trucks in the lobby. Drivers yet to make a qualifying lap. Landon Slagan, last week's winner, and I think since he's got a drive-through, he's not going to bother. Sean Peachin and Jason Tamer have yet to make a qualifying lap. All right, 24 seconds here left to go in qualifying. Thank you so much for joining us here, the Western Racing League Viking Construction Group Truck Series, week number 10. 100 laps here tonight at Charlotte. If we take a look at the 19 of PJ O'Leary, good looking paint job on that. I like that Napa. I said Napa night vision. All right, qualifying is wrapping up. We got about 5 seconds left to go. We'll get gridded up here. We'll bring you the results there from qualifying here in just a moment. Appreciate it, Landon. You had a good run going last week. Congrats on the win. Hopefully you can get through this drive-through, get yourself back out there tonight. Good job. All right. Let's take a look here at our race information coming into tonight. Charlotte Motor Speedway, just a little less than a mile and a half. Air temperature out there, right, 73 degrees. Track temperature 74, so not too hot out there. Should give the tires a lot of grip on this open setup. 4 additional tires, no fast repairs. And that's your guy in the booth right there. All right. Gonna get gridded up here. We'll get our starting lineup. On the pole in the 85, it is going to be Brandon Cal to his outside Nick Trader. Nick had a good run going last week, just came up a little bit short back there in row number 2, starting third. Is going to be the 54 of Mitchell Williams. Victor Keith with a good spot right outside of him in the 4th starting spot outside of row number 2. Back to row number 3 on the inside, it's the 01 Everett Larson. Everett looking to rebound from last week. And the DRSN sponsored number 18 of Brady Zeller. Going to start 6th. Brady has had some really tough luck. He needs to get some patience, stay out there on the racetrack. We'll see if he can get a good finish here tonight. Mason Only back there in 7th. Outside of him, starting 8th, Jeremy Freer. David Sluter there in 9th. Paul Boomershine with a good qualifying effort up into the top 10, back in 11th. Inside of row number 6 is Bryce Dickman and Jacob Thornton. Row number 7, we're going to find the 38 of Nathan Nixon and Dean Wedeking in the 44. We're going to get back to row number 8. It's going to be Terry Hughes Jr. and J.D. Biddle. Row number 9, we're going to find Declan Beatty in the 27 and the OGRL number 52 of Michael Champlin back in row 10. Joshua Raymond and Josh Gagnon. Row number 11 started in the Tyler Brewer, the Brewer Motorsports number 40. It's going to start 21st, 22nd will be Ian Meneses. In the 12th row, it's going to be Joshua Wise and Trent Hughes back to row number 13. Scotty Larson in the number 13 VG Motorsports, and Rem Wyatt to his outside in 26th and 27th. Inside of row number 14, it is Corbett Raker and Nico Cipollini. Row 15 starting 29th, Noah Delano and Ryan Thompson. 16th starting row, we're going to find Rick Modrick and PJ O'Leary. Back to row 17 starting 33rd, Jason Tamer and last week's winner Landon Slagan. And starting dead last on the field, 35th, and the number 9 is Sean Peachin. We're going to roll up off of turn number 4. Green flag will fly for 100 laps here at Charlotte. Brandon Cal on the bottom of the racetrack. Nick Trader up on the outside. Dead heat across the line down into number 1. Cal with a little bit of an advantage here as we head into the first corner. Trader up on the outside. You see Mitchell Williams down there in the 54. Victor Keith in that All-American number 48 second truck on the outside line. Looking down to the bottom of the racetrack. That is the 01 of Larson, a new paint job on the 01 this week. He's looking to make it 3 wide on the inside of Williams. Zeller also looking to go to the outside. That was about a 4 wide situation, but here comes Trader on the outside. He is going to get past Brandon Cal off of turn number 4, and we have got a caution in the air. First caution, your admin box caution flag will fly. Here on lap number 1, Nick Trader was able to get the lead around Brandon Cal, but it looks like we've got an incident here maybe involving Sean Peachin, because it looks like Sean may already have jumped to pit road, and Ian Meneses also involved. And let's see if we can find out what happened here to Sean. I think that was earlier. It looks like it's already happened up in front of him. Let's see if we can jump up here and see what's going on. All right, let's go back here and look. So we see Peach, and this is just at the start here. Let's jump back. We're a little too far back there. All right, it's right on board here with Meechin, or excuse me, with Meneses. Meechin. With Meneses in the 55, he's up there on the outside of the 67. And he just loses it right there, so it just goes around. Nice job from the 51 there of not getting in the back of him. That was Joshua Wise. And it looks like everybody else is going to make it by. So just a one-car incident here with Meneses going around. That's going to be our first caution flag here on lap number 1. All right, Nick Trader is going to bring us to the line, or bring us back to the restart here. So he was able to get around Cal there. Let's get back to live time here. Sean Peachy down to the pit. Slagan also going to dive down to pit road. So I think Slagan might have been able to take his drive through there and not lose any time. So that's going to put Slagan. He's down there on pit road right now. You can see Peachin also coming through. We also had a little talk to Sean before the race. Found out even though his name is Peachin, he's not from Georgia. Didn't really seem to care about Georgia too much, as a matter of fact. We had our discussion with him. Gagnon also down in the pits. It looks like Gagnon's been down there for a little while. Let's see if we can see the 79. He is still sitting on pit road. All right, Nick Trader was able to get to the lead there on around Brandon Cal on lap number 1. Started outside. So far, the big move of the race is up 5 spots is the 19 of PJ Leary. The Napa Night Vision number 19 of PJ now up to 27th after starting back in 32nd. All right, first caution flag of the night. All right, I want to thank you for joining us here. I know it's early. I see we got some people up on YouTube chat. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't been here before, hit the subscribe button, give us a like, send the links to all your neighbors, whatever you got to do. Appreciate you being here. 100 laps of action. We got some more action coming at you this week here on DRSN tomorrow night. Wednesday night, my buddy Cesar Basky, sorry I always say his last name wrong. I'm probably still saying it wrong, even though I just called him a good friend. I got his last name wrong. But he will be here covering the All-American Appalachian ARCA Series tomorrow night. Also tomorrow night, AI Chief. If you haven't heard of AI Chief, check it out. If you're AI Chief's going to give you all the advantages you're going to need to help your racing career blossom, your iRacing career blossom. Check out AI Chief. We're going to do an affiliate race tomorrow. It's something a little special, a little bit different, something we'll probably add a few things here and there on the broadcast, something you don't normally see. So check out that AI Chief affiliate race tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then Friday night, we have the Half Decent Racing League Xfinity Series also here on the channel. So more racing coming your way. But right now, lights are out on the pace car. We got a single file restart. It's Nick Trader, Brandon Cal, Mitchell Williams, Victor Keith. They're going to come up into the Corbin Matthews restart zone. Green flag in the air one more time here for Nick Trader. He's going to carry about a 2 or 3 car lead advantage into the turn number 1. Brandon Cal right there behind him. You can see the 54 falling back just a little bit. So we're single file restart. We're going to get separated out here pretty well on this first start. But here comes Larson down to the bottom. He is taking a look underneath of Keith. Does he have a run into 3 and 4? No, he's going to have to stay up on the outside of the racetrack. Watch Larson in the 5. He's usually really good on these short runs. Let's see if he can have a little luck here and I bring home another win. We take a look back here at the 20 of Jeremy Freer. He is up underneath Zeller. This is for 6th. Freer has got a good run down on the bottom of the racetrack. He is going to take that 6th spot away from the 18 of Brady Zeller. A little bit further back, we jump on board here with the 41 of Thornton. As he gets underneath Mason only, this is the battle for 9th and 10th. Right now Thornton finds, and we got an incident right there. It looks like Zeller going around. We see the 18 of Brady Zeller spinning down the infield, and we're going to stay green flag. I see Zeller and Freer both got together. The 20 of Freer also off the pace. They were battling up there. We'll see if we can see what happened here real quick. You see Freer on the bottom of the racetrack, Brady up on the outside. See if we can see just exactly what happens. They come off of turn number 4. Looks like Freer just gets up the racetrack. Brady came down just a little bit at the same time. They got together right there. So both of them going to spin into the infield grass. We're going to stay green. Freer's going to drop all the way back to 33rd. Looks like Zeller going to find himself a lap down in 34th. All right, up front is still Trader, Cal, Williams, and Keith. And that advantage that Nick Trader had gained on that restart has gone away. Brandon Cal has now reeled him in here. And we've got a 4-car battle for the lead. Brady Zeller are going to dive down into the pits. So unfortunate. Brady's had a string of bad luck. Maybe he... I kind of hate to say it. Maybe that DRSN logo is not bringing you very good luck there, Brady. I'm sorry, buddy, but you had a good run. Good qualifying effort. Not going to work out, but here comes Williams now. Williams down to the bottom of Cal. Across the line, trying to battle here for second on lap number 9. Or lap 10 here, 9 down. Williams to the bottom. Cal up on the outside. Victor Keith just kind of sitting back there, didn't really know where to go. So they're running side by side in front of him. So our top 5 now. Larson's going to come up into this group. Larson's got a good run down the back straightaway. He's going to check up. Instead of going to the bottom of Keith into 3, he is going to check up right there. Top 5 are really starting to separate themselves. So 6, a little bit further back is David Sluter, about a second and a half back from this group. We take a look at our battle right here. For first and second, Nick Trader and Mitchell Williams. Some more fun graphics we got here from Collateral Damage Sports Network. Shane Cochran and we got caution in the air one more time. The admin box caution flag is going to wave once again. This time it looks like it might have been another incident here with Zeller. Might have been Tamer involved here as well, so we'll see if we can figure out what's going on. You can see Tamer in the 81 getting rolling. So caution out once again. Looks like I need to adjust some settings up there on my my new timing tower up there. So all right, Jason Tamer, let's see if we can see what happened to Jason. Contact there with the 60 of Rim Wyatt right there on the bottom of the racetrack. We'll take a look here one more time from a little bit different angle this time. It looks like Wyatt just drifted up the racetrack just enough to catch the left rear of Tamer, send him around, and is gonna hit him a couple more times for good measures. They're gonna go up under the outside wall. So the U-Line sponsor number 81 look like he took some pretty good damage there. So we're gonna see Jason down, I'm sure, on pit road getting some repairs done. Back to live time here. All right, so we're gonna take this opportunity real quick here on lap number 11 for just a really quick break here. A little word from AI Chief while we get some settings changed. So we're gonna be right back.
Now, driver, while the field gets sorted out and someone out there is still trying to find reverse, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the middle of a race and thought, man, I really wish someone in my headset would tell me what the hell is going on? Maybe you're running out of fuel. Maybe the leader is about to lap you. Maybe you just wrecked half the field and you're pretending it wasn't your fault. Well, driver, that's where I come in. AI Chief. Your personal crew chief, race strategist, motivator, and occasionally the only voice of reason between you and the outside wall. With AI Chief you get live race strategy, fuel and pit calls, real-time race updates, savage coaching when you start doing something dumb, and trust me, based on what I've seen out there tonight, some of you really need the help. AI Chief doesn't just tell you when to pit, he tells you when to save fuel, when to push, and when to maybe, just maybe, stop trying to go 3 wide into turn 1. So if you're tired of racing blind, and you'd like a crew chief that actually knows what he's doing, head over to AIChiefRacing.com and let Chief get you sorted out. Because the only thing worse than wrecking is wrecking without knowing why. AI Chief, I've got your back. Now let's get back to the action.
All right, back to live time on the caution. We had a little kind of mix up there. We had a couple different scoring towers from another race going on. My good friend Liam Irvig over covering a different league. For some reason, his scoring tower showing up on our commercial feed there. But all right, lap number 13. Our second caution flag here, Nick Trader, Mitch Williams. So this caution involving Rem Wyatt and Jason Tamer. They're both down pit road right now. Tamer's going to make his way out. Looks like he was able to get out and not lose a lap. Wyatt still sitting down on pit road in the 60. All right, Viking Construction Group. You know, one thing we haven't done yet, we're going to bring up the webcams. Everybody's sharing their cams. We haven't brought them up yet. 6 different drivers. Scotty Larson, that's the first time Scotty showed the key. He's got, how's he driving? He's got wheels laying on the ground behind him. So Scotty Larson, the main sponsor here of Viking Construction Group. And now that I get to see a picture of Scotty, he looks like a construction worker to me. Dean Wedeking warming up the tires there in the top right. Michael Champano is bringing us some good graphics there. Corbett Raker. Joshua Raymond down there in the bottom left. Don't know how Josh keeps getting in here without putting his name on the screen there, but Mason Only down on the bottom. And we had somebody in chat a minute ago saying that Mason should just wreck the whole field. I'm not sure about that, Henry. All right, we're gonna go green flag racing this time by Trader, Williams, Keith, and Cal. Trader's led just about every single lap so far. We're going to make our way up into the Corbin Matthews restart zone one more time. Green flag will fly this time by. Traders just took the outside this time. He gets a good run across the line. He's going to leave Williams behind him. As a matter of fact, Keith is going to have a good run up on the outside of Williams as well. So Williams down on the bottom of the racetrack. Keith trying to get behind the outside. We're side by side all the way back throughout the field. Trader, Keith, Williams, Cal, Sluter. Now Sluter's made his way up to 5th. Everett Larson lost a couple of spots. He's now back to 6th. The 35 and Mason Only way up on the top of the racetrack up there. Just about gotten well. We're 3 wide back here. It's about 7th and 8th. It looks like Dickman down on the bottom of the racetrack. Biddle in the middle of this. Beatty and Hughes maybe right there as well. So J.D. Biddle having a good run. He has not had a lot of luck here lately. He's got it looking really good here at Charlotte tonight. Looks like Nixon up there in the 38. There goes Dickman around. Dickman going to, nice save there from Bryce Dickman. He's going to try to keep it off the racing surface, and at the same time was able to keep it off the inside wall. Great recovery there for Bryce Dickman. I'm not sure who got in the back of him. But did a fantastic job of not taking any more damage as we are back under our admin box caution for the 3rd time here on lap 17. Let's take a good look here, see if we can see what happened to Bryce. I see Nixon up there in front of him drifting up the racetrack. So Dickman, I think he didn't, I don't think he saw who was that on the outside of him right there. Let's just back that up a little bit. That's the 8. The 8 of Terry Hughes. I just don't think Bryce saw him out there. And Bryce starts to move up a little bit and just enough contact. And a fantastic job from Bryce of keeping it off the inside wall. And at the same time, keeping it off the racing surface. If he'd have let that car drift up, I think we'd have piled up the back half of the field. So unfortunate there for Bryce. He's going to lose about 20 spots here, but fortunate he didn't make it any worse than it was. All right, back to live time action here. Let's take a look and see if anybody decides to come in and pit. Tamer down in the pits still right now. He's having down there getting some more repairs done after his early incident. Thompson, Dickman, and Tamer all on pit road right now. Trader, I think Nick is taking the pacing with the pace car a little too serious there. Our 3rd caution flag on lap 18. We ran more caution flags than we have green flags at this point. Let me see if I can find my race recap. 18 laps completed. I guess I was maybe I exaggerated a little bit. 3 cautions for 8 laps here on lap number 18. our lap leader so far. Nick Trader's led 17. Brandon did get a lap in. So Nick has not led every single lap, but he's led the major majority of them. All right, let's see if anybody else knows. Thompson's still on pit road getting some repairs done, same as Tamer. Looks like Tamer may be waking his way out of pits right now. He is. Thompson also coming out of the pits. All right, let's see. Lights are, can't tell if they're on enough from that camera angle. Looks like they're out. So we're gonna go green next time around as we roll through 1 and 2. Just take a look back through the field. The biggest mover of the race right now is the 19 car of PJ O'Leary. I believe PJ's a newcomer to the league. I did not recognize his name, but I'm just old too, so I could have forgot. But PJ moved up 11 spots, started back in 32nd up to 21st. He's the biggest mover of the race. JD Biddle with a good run in the 96. Let's take a look and see if we got some other graphics here that work for you. All these caution flags just give us a chance to play around. So JD Biddle in the JK Racing number 96, 15th in the point stands, got one top 10 on the season. So JD looking to stay up in the top 10. He's in 9th right now. The Trader, the Transdestined Motorsports number 56, trying to pick up another victory on the season. Actually, Nick has not won a race this year, which is surprising to me. So I thought he did have a victory. He's got lots of poles. He's got a couple poles this season, 3-4 poles as I'm looking at the stats right now. Does not have a victory, but looking really solid here so far at Charlotte. And once again, we're going to come up into the Corbin Matthews restart zone. Corbin Matthews Country Singer. Check him out. He's got a new song coming out on Monday. Nick Trader one more time going to bring us to the line. Green flag is in the air here on lap 20. Trader just drives off in the distance in turn number 1. Single file restart one more time. Paul Boomerstein with a good run. He's back here in 13th. He's qualified 10th. Fell back a couple of spots, but so far staying up here in a solid position is the 92 of Paul Boomerstein, the BJ Motorsports number 92. Well, action going on up front. Mitchell, Williams, and Victor Keith side by side. Williams back to second. Keith's going to fall back to third. Thornton in the 41 with a good run. We've not seen Jacob run this good in a long time, but he is now up here into 4th as he's going to take a look to the outside of Keith, dive back down to the bottom of the racetrack. And you can see Thornton just trying a little bit different line, kind of going in the middle of the racetrack, trying to dive off the bottom, drive the truck down the hill, gives him a little more momentum down the straightaway. But right now, not able to do anything with Keith. Right there behind him is Cal in the 85, Larson in the 01. Little action going on back in the back. This is Noah Delena in the 86. Side by side there, it looks like the 13 of Scotty Larson. Larson down on the bottom, Delano, sorry, on the outside. Meneses, who was involved in the caution early, trying to make his way up. He is on the outside of the 79 of Gagnon. And right in front of him is the 77 of Nico Cipollini. Nico up 7 spots. Thornton now up to 3rd. He is up underneath Keith. And Mitchell Williams alongside. We're side-by-side battle here for the lead and for 3rd and 4th. Trader on the outside. Williams on the bottom. It looks like Williams might have the line into turn number 1. The 54 is going to take the lead here, but can he hold it for the rest of the lap? Trader fights back up on the outside off of 2. He's got a good run in the 56 down the back straightaway. Nick Trader back to the lead. Williams giving him a challenge, and look at Thornton. Thornton out of 3rd. Across the line, it will be Trader leading this lap. Williams is right there, though. Williams takes the lead just as they cross the line. Keith 3rd. 2 by 2 for 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Oh, Williams is going to drift up the racetrack a little bit. Almost a little contact there with Trader. Trader slips, has to move up about a half a groove to avoid the contact. But they have been side by side now for about the last 2 laps. Williams on the bottom, Trader on the top one more time across the line through the triover section. Do we have a new leader at the line? No, it's going to be Trader still leading that lap around. Cal now back in the battle. We got 5 cars right on top of each other. Trader, Williams, Keith, Thornton, and Cal. Now, Brandon Cal made his way back up here after losing a couple of spots. Here comes 85 on the bottom of the racetrack. We're 25 laps into this run. We've had quite a few cautions, but watch that right front tire to start to go away. You'll see these drivers chasing the car, or excuse me, the trucks up the racetrack just a little further, especially when we get past about 30 laps. Side by side, it's like we just started the race up here up front. Trader, Williams, Thornton, Keith. You could throw a blanket over the top four right now. Cal just sitting back there looking for a place to go. Jump on the roof cam with Jacob Thornton in the 41 as Keith is going to be able to clear him for third. But right up in front of them, you see the two leaders, Williams and Trader, putting on a show for us here at Charlotte. Off of turn number 2 here on lap 27. Trader's just been able to keep a better pace up on it. We got caution in the air. Caution one more time. Admin box caution will fly once again here for caution number 4, I believe. Somebody's got to tell me keep count out there. It looks like it may have involved the 13 of Larson. Heavy damage there on the left front of the 13. Let's check in with Scotty in our camera room here. Does not look happy. Either does the Johnny Cash on his t-shirt. So Scotty Larson here involved in his caution. We're going to see what happened to him here. Looks like it might have been the 51 of Tamer also involved in this one. Jason Tamer involved earlier, and it looks like Modric down on the bottom of the racetrack. We're going to have to just rewind that here just a little bit. We'll go back a little farther. So you see the Modric down on the bottom in the 71, Larson up on top. And it looks like Modric might have hit that apron and drifted the truck up a little bit. Gets into the left rear quarter of Larson. And he starts to save it here. Here comes Dickman along. And then Tamer. Well, we have a term for that here in iRacing, folks, and that's called arca braking. And I don't think Tamer... Let's take a look here from Tamer's angle. See if his vision was obstructed here or what. But let's see if we can find a good angle here from Jason's view. So you can see up ahead the action's already starting. And Tamer just doesn't seem to check up very much at all right there. And unfortunate for Scotty Larson. I think Scotty was going to get away with that without really much damage. And the 81 kind of comes in there and finishes him off. So unfortunate. Tamer now involved in a couple different incidents. And really unfortunate for Scotty Larson. He looked to have a good run going here tonight. All right, so a bunch of drivers going to dive down to pit road to get back to live time. You can see there on our pit stop pop-up, everybody diving down to the pits. When we get done with that, we'll pull up our full pit cycle. But here we take a look at the 13 on pit road. Corbett Raker's going to stay out there on the racetrack. He is the only driver that has not pitted yet. Bryce Dickman right there behind him in the 30, who just barely missed the spinning 13 of Larson. He pitted back on lap 17. Jeremy Freer right there in the 20. Jeremy involved in that incident earlier with Brady Zeller. So he has got the 20 now up to third. As we are under caution here once again. Let's see if we can... Alright, I'm going to see if I can get Scotty up in the booth with us, but the way the chat is lined up, I can't get him up here, so... Alright, so Scotty Larson, unfortunate, on pit road right now. Raker will lead us to the restart here on lap 30. I saw somebody in the chat earlier telling the 47 they need to speed up. Well, he's leading the race. Is that fast enough for you? Austin, you out there, buddy? All right, Collateral Damage Sports Network, bringing you most, let's put it that way, most of our graphics and stuff that you're seeing here on the screen come from Shane Cochran over at Collateral Damage Sports Network. If you have a broadcast or a stream and you need look for some of these really fancy overlays and stuff we like to use, get on the SDK Discord. Corbin Matthews, country music singer, has been sponsoring it since the beginning. Like we said earlier, he's got some new music coming out this week. Make sure you check that out. But a really big thanks to Scotty Larson at Viking Construction Group, sponsoring the Western Racing League Truck Series. Thank you, Scotty. Sorry your night's not going so good as he finds himself still down on pit road. Looks like he's taking a break there on the chat. All right. One more time. We're going to come up to the Corbin Matthews restart zone here. He's getting a lot of commercial time here tonight. Corbett Raker going to bring us to the line. Jeremy Freer and Bryce Dickman. Dickman already falling back. Trader's already moved up a couple spots. Your leader earlier. Now he's the first driver that just pitted with fresh tires right here. Here on lap 28. So he pitted back on lap 28. He is now back up to second. He's looking underneath Freer for, or excuse me, he's up to third, looking underneath Freer for second. I don't think it's going to be a matter of if, it's going to be a matter of when here. Trader is going to go by Raker. We're not even going to get a lap, and he's going to go from about 6 to the lead here with those fresh tires. The pit, everybody got caution here one more time. The admin box caution will fly as Trader gets back out in front, and it looks like it might be Raymond in the 7 going around. I don't see anybody else involved in this, so we got caution here one more time. So we got Gagnon right there behind him, and it looks like, let's see if there's any contact here. Right in front of him is the 44 of Wedding King. So Gagnon tries to make it 3 wide. And we're gonna go back here a little bit. Alright, let's find us a good angle. You know what's a really good angle for something like this is this far chase cam. There we go. Alright, so we can see Gagnon has tried to, there's just a small hole right there, and tries to force it 3 wide. Raymond, I don't think really realizes they're 3 wide at that point. He comes up the racetrack. He had a lot of room on the bottom, but he came up the racetrack just a little bit, and that was just enough to end that. So Gagnon right there in the middle, going 3 wide right there, is going to send Raymond around off the nose of the 79. You know what? I think what would have helped Joshua in that instance was AI Chief. You get Rip over there at AI Chief, getting your spotter. It might have helped him out right there, let him know he was 3 wide. We're going to go back to live time. Trader with a fantastic restart. He was started about 6 on that restart after pitting. He's going to take the lead. But the big mover right now is the second place driver, the 47 of Raker, but he's going to come down pit road. So Corbett Raker's now going to come down pit road. Peachin also on the, going to come down the pits. Let me see Larson. Scotty Larson still down there getting some repairs. I wish I had a way to drag him up here. Let me try something here. Scotty, if you're out there in chat, jump over to the, if you're out there watching the stream, jump over in the waiting room. We'll get you up here in the booth while you're repairing the 13 truck there. Alright. Be a single file restart. We did not get another lap in, or barely got a lap in there before the caution flew once again. I think that is, let's see how many cautions do we have. Let's look at our race recap here. That is going to be caution number 5 for 14 laps. So 14 of our 33 laps have been under caution here tonight. Take a look again here at our webcam drivers one more time. Looks like Scotty's back on the racetrack in a 13. Dean Wedding King, Michael Champlin. Joshua Raymond down there in the bottom left-hand corner involved in our latest caution. Corbett Raker got out and let it lap. What are you blocking the camera for, Mason? What are you doing there? We can see you. You're fine. You don't have to wipe it off. All right. Lights are out. We're going to go around one more time. That's right. A little bit different pit strategies going on. Second place driver is Jeremy Freer, pitted on lap 12. Prater just pitted on lap 28. Dickman back there in the 30 pitted on 17. So I'm thinking we're looking at least a two-stop race at this point. If Trader then pitted on 28, we have to make at least one more pit stop. Appreciate you being here with us tonight. Western Racing League Viking Construction Group Truck Series, one of our favorite groups to cover. Tonight's race going a little bit rough. Usually a few more cautions than we're used to seeing here, but we're going to get this some green flag racing here. Nick Trader has found his way back to the front. Look at our lap leaders here real quick. 3 different leaders so far. Trader's led 31. Raker was able to get up there and lead 3 laps under caution. Brandon Cow with a lap lead as well. Justin Grzinski there up in the chat, buddy. Yeah, I just saw you up here. Thanks for joining on. Thanks for jumping on the stream. Wish you were here with us tonight. All right, we're going to go green flag racing here one more time. Back to the Corbin Matthews restart zone. Green flag will fly one more time. Trader, Freer, Williams. That is your top 3. As we're going to go single file down into 1 and 2. Lap 36. Nick Trader getting a little separation. He's got the best tires of our top 2 drivers, and he's starting to drive away, but here comes Mitchell Williams now. Williams down to the bottom, down the back straightaway on Freer, looking to take that second spot away. The 20 going to settle back behind, just does not have enough tires underneath him to fight with, as Williams is going to go by. Dickman also trying to get by Freer, move himself up into 3rd. Three-wide battle going on here somewhere in the middle of the pack. I just saw, but didn't get a chance to see who that was. As Dickman's now one more time. Dickman looking underneath Freer for 3rd. Cal right there as well in the 85. Brandon Cal's been running strong, but he has got to get clear of these 2 trucks in front of him. A little contact there with the 30 and the 20. They're going to get it straightened out, but still running side by side. Brandon Cal just nowhere to go. Good clean racing here for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. This is Jacob Thornton also going to sneak it up into here in the 41. We jump on board with him here. That's the 95 of Schluter, who is inside. As he's going to make some contact with the outside wall, comes down the racetrack, gets a little piece of Keith. Keith in the 48, a little contact there. Williams. Once Williams cleared Freer, he reeled in Nick Trader in a hurry. We're about to have ourselves another battle for the lead, but back here we got a great battle going on. 3rd, 4th, 5th on back as Cal's able to clear Dickman. Dickman falls back a couple of spots. Thornton going to get by him. Schluter, and here comes Nathan Nixon in the 38. Now it looks like, who was that? That's the 01 of Larson down to the inside and Keith on the outside. Everybody keeps changing their paint jobs every week on me here. All right, so Dickman on a little different pit strategy right here. He's back in 7th. Can he hang on? He's on about 9 or 10 lap older tires than the rest of the trucks around him. And out in front right now, let's take a look here at our head-to-head battle. So the last, actually we'll just do the simple one here. All right, so there's our battle right there, about 2.3 seconds or 0.2 seconds back between Trader and Williams right now, and you can see the gap closes. They get into the corner. Williams able to drive in a little bit deeper as they come from about the center off, though. Nick Trader with a little bit better pace. Jump back here to 3rd. Take a look at the 85 of Cal. He is starting to make some ground up. Can he reel in these 2 leaders? See Schluter up on the outside. He's going to get back up to 5th. He's going to go around the outside of the 20 of Freer. Dickman right there behind him. The Nixon fighting right here. This is with Larson. Larson have been running a little closer to the front. Falling back here just a little bit. They come down the back straightaway here one more time. We're closing in on the halfway point. We're at lap 42 of 100. Great battle going on right here. About 7th on back. You got Larson. Looks like Nixon in this fight. Dickman still in here. Little contact right there as they come across the line. No harm, no foul. We're still clean and green. Keith also right. Keith had a good starting spot up in 4th. Nixon a little bit loose right there. It looked like he's going to take a look underneath of the 01 of Larson. Does he have a run? No, he's going to have to settle back. As a matter of fact, Dixon's coming, or excuse me, Dickman is coming back on the outside. So we got Nixon and Dixon, and I combined them and called Dixon. So, all right, here comes Keith now. Dickman with a little bit of contact with the outside wall. He gets a little bit sideways off a 4. Nice save there. That's a couple nice saves we've seen from the 30 of Dickman now. As he's got Biddle down to his inside. So teammates there with JK Racing, JD Biddle and Bryce Dickman running side by side. Up front though, it is still Nick Trader and Mitchell Williams. I remember Mitchell ran, let's take a look here. Mitchell, this is his, I think he only ran 1 race with us, so he's got a good run going on here from Woodhull, New York. And we got caution in the air one more time, and it looks like it might have been Victor Keith in the 48. And then once again, we see some heavy damage there on the left front of the 48. Caution will fly one more time. All right, let's see if we can see what happened to Victor. Up here he's on the outside of the 27 of Beatty at this point. As I come down the back straightaway, we're seeing Beatty getting an EOL here. Yeah, Beatty just moves up the racetrack. I'm thinking maybe he didn't like something about the left rear quarter on the 48, because he was maybe there was a little dent he was trying to straighten out. But it looked like Beatty, and we could see Beatty giving an EOL right there. We'll go back and look here one more time. I don't think there's really much else to look at there, but all right, let's go back. I think I went back a little bit further here. All right, so let's take a look here from this angle, and you'll see the 48 up on the top of the racetrack, the 27 down on the bottom, and Keith doesn't really move. Just Beatty just drifts up the racetrack, gets him in the left rear, turns him around, gives him another little punt just for good measures. And unfortunately for Keith, he had a really good run going in the VG Motorsports number 48, but heavy damage. And I think that just right there is going to take away any chance he had of a good finish here tonight, unless he can get that truck repaired. All right, back to live time. We can see a bunch of drivers coming down pit road here. Dickman going to take an advantage, going to come down here and get some new tires. He was struggling out there after staying out there for a little bit longer. Our leaders are going to stay on the racetrack as they pitted back on lap 28. Checking on our webcam drivers here one more time. Michael Champlin looks good. Where is Michael? You know, we've not even looked in at Michael all day long. Let's see where the 52 is on the racetrack. Let's just zero in here on Michael. So Michael looking good and relaxed here out in the 52 right now, running in 13. Started in 18th. He's up 5 spots. He's always throwing some extra graphics up there for us. Appreciate it there, Michael. All right, let's see. Lights are still on. We come across the line. I think we're going to have one more to go. Check in on our race recap here one more time. I believe this is caution number 6. It is 6 caution flags for 18 laps. At least they've been quick. Only an average of 3 laps per caution, not 3 cautions per laps. What do we got? We got Krasinski up there in the chats. Owner's worst nightmare, seeing his 2 trucks running side by side. And I know for no doubt I saw Biddle and Dickman right there side by side. I thought the same thing. All right, what are the toys we have to play with here that we haven't? Let's take a look at our pit stop performance here. Caution. That's a little small. We're going to have to make that a little bit bigger. All right. Look at our lap leaders here. I think Nick's led the most of them for sure. 43 laps led for Nick, Trader 3 for Raker, 1 for Cal. Trader's just being greedy. He wants to get his first win of the season. Had a couple pulls. Yet to pick up a victory. He says, I'm just going to lead as many laps as I can, which is a good place to be right now. If you can get out in front here, we've had a few incidents here in this race, and you want to be out in front of it if you can. We've yet to have a big one. It's usually just been a couple car incidents so far. All right. Come up into the Corbin Matthews restart zone one more time. Nick Trader, as usual, gets a good jump. He's going to carry the lead about 4 car lengths down into turn number 1. Williams right there behind him. Side by side down into 1. We can take a look here at the 38 of Nixon. He's down on the bottom of Hughes in the 8. Right in front of him, Sluter and Larson. Trader was able to jump out and get a good lead, but here comes Williams. Williams and Cal reeling him in quickly. Jacob Thornton also looking to have a good run. The 41 truck trying to... this would be... I don't think he's been on the podium all season. It'll be a good finisher for the 41. Williams is going to take a peek to the bottom. Here comes Larson. Larson underneath Thornton. This is for 4th. Larson trying to regroup after falling back a little bit. He's trying to get back up here into the top 4. Here comes Williams now to the inside. Williams taking a look at the inside of the 56 for the lead here off of turn number 4. Williams has been so close to leading a lap, but not quite yet. And it looks like not going to lead this one either, as Trader's going to be just a nose ahead. 6 trucks right here all together up front. Trader, Williams, Cal, Larson, Thornton, and Sluter right there as well. 2 by 2, Noah's Ark style. Down the back straightaway. Here we go. Trader. Cal now to the outside. We got caution in the air one more time. Our admin box caution. It looks like it might be... I see Keith involved once again. Bryce Dickman with a meatball flag. The 30 truck with some... You can see that left front tire wobbling there on the 30. So unfortunate there for Bryce Dickman. It looks like... Let's see if we can see who all was involved in this. It looks like it might have been Cipollini, Wise, Brewer, all involved in this. Let's see what we can see here. Let's get a wide angle. And it looks like it started with Modric up on the outside. Got a little bit loose, chased the truck down the hill, got into the side of Cipollini. Dickman involved. Oh, the 51 of Wives heavily involved. The 9 of Peachin also in this one. This was the big one here. Big, heavy contact there for Brewer as Beatty comes piling into the... Don't let Declan Beatty be left out of anything. He wanted to pile into this one as well. He's going to get into the 40. Let's take a look at that one more time. We're going to look at this. I think we're going to try to look at this from the view of Brewer. Let's just find a good angle here from the 40. All right, so we can see up on the outside, you can see Cipollini right there in front of Brewer. And Modric just comes down off the top of the racetrack, comes down and collects the 77. And then we're going to watch this develop here. Cipollini involved, Brewer sliding down the racetrack. And that was a horrible camera job by me. Let's see if we can find a different angle here. All right, so keep an eye on the 40 down here on the bottom of the racetrack. He's already got a little damage. So Modric's going to get into the outside wall here off the corner. He's trying to see, actually just got loose right there. Chased it down the racetrack, gets into Cipollini. That's going to turn them up the racetrack in front of the 40 of Brewer. Dickman also right there, just the wrong place at the wrong time. Right place, wrong time, however you want to say it. Modric's actually going to kind of drive off away from this, it looks like. Here comes Brewer. He's coming down the racetrack. He's going to collect the 51 of Wise, Peachin, and the 9. They're going to hit that inside wall hard. And then as Brewer's coming back up the racetrack, here comes the 27 of Beatty. Just one more shot for good measure as the number 40 Red Bull up in the air. And that is caution number 7 or 8, I believe. All right. See the 40 trying to get it moving, just can't. He had to toe in. Is the sun going down? Looks like it just got a little darker on my screen. All right, we're back to live time. few drivers came in and pitted while we were goofing around looking at replays. So it looks like our leader Trader came in and pitted here on lap 51. We're past the halfway mark as the light. Man, that sunset really quick here. But it's starting to go dark. We got the lights on. The pace car lights are coming on the Speedway. And look who's found his way to the lead. Everett Larson in the 01. He's got Terry Hughes in the 8 down to his inside right now. Right there behind him, it is Trent Hughes. We've got Hughes and Nathan Nixon. Check in on our webcam drivers here one more time. Looks like we're all still in the race. Well, Scotty looks to be... He's still out there right now. He's going to make some laps, but he is a few laps down. As a matter of fact, I got him at... well, my other timing scoring is not working very well, so let's see here. Scotty is about 5 laps down at this point. Dean Wedeking up there in the... I need to find a way to like put their positions on these screens somehow. So Wedeking, where's he at on the racetrack? I got to find his name here. Oh, he's up there in 5th. So Dean, I'm sorry, Dean. I wasn't looking up high enough for you there. All right, lights are out. We're gonna go green this time by. We'll play around with the cams a little bit later. We're gonna roll into the trial. Larson on the outside, Terry Hughes on the inside. Hughes just tumbled down my scoring order. Corey Matthews restart zone one more time across the line. We got a car going around. It looks like it was Modric in the 71. No, that wasn't Modric. Who was that down the inside? Was that Champlin? It was Champlin in the 52. Caution will fly one more time. And we got, looks like a few more cars all piled up in this. So let's see what happens here on this restart. Let's go chopper cam. There we go. We'll look down on this. You can see Champlin right there on the outside. That looks like he's got the 41 of Thornton to his inside. Oh, that's Biddle to his inside there. You're going to come across the line. Let's see what happens here. Oh, just pile up in front. That looks like that was the 35. Let's see if we can see who that was right there. So it looked like the 54 of Williams just didn't go, or had to check up for the car in front of me. That's what it was. So Williams had to check up for the car. It's just an accordion effect. Only right there. Sluter piles in there. Champlin just gets the worst of it. As Zeller piled in there as well. So unfortunate. Just did not get going on the restart. Somebody missed a shift or spun the tires. And we are under caution once again. So Everett Larson's going to get a couple laps led here. So we're going to jump away for just a minute. A little word from admin box. If you're looking for some gadgets to help you out, I've got a couple of them here that I'm using as we cycle through things on here. Admin box gives you all the different controls. It's already pre-programmed for all your race controls. Helps you on your pit stops and stuff. Use the code DRSN-box. That's -BOXX on checkout. Get yourself a discount. We're going to be right back. All right, we're back to live action. You can see a bunch of drivers making their way down pit road. Everett Larson's found his way to the lead, but it looks like Everett going to come down and pit. Or actually, I'm just looking at pit road camera. That's all there was to it. So I read out on the racetrack. Made his way up front. Started back in 5th. Big move of the race right now is... Actually, the biggest move of the race right now is Landon Slagan. Last week's winner was penalized with a drive-through before this race started. He started back basically dead last on the field in 34th. He is now up to 9th, so up 25 spots. Let's take a look at our big gainers of the race, and it is Slagan up 25 spots, Thompson up 23, and Raker as well. PJ O'Leary and Rick Modric both up double digits. All right, lights are out. We're going to go green one more time. Thanks for being here in the chat. Really appreciate it. Thanks for being active there in the YouTube chat. Also, we see Justin Krasinski in there. Austin, 47 is beat up. He's going to be a fun restart. Yes, it is. So 47, Raker with a little bit of damage there in the 4th spot. Looks like he's got most of it repaired. He's got Trader right there behind him. So Trader's been the truck to beat all day long. But he finds himself back here in 5th on this restart. He did just come in to get tires. So he does have the freshest set of tires of anybody in the top 5. Can he get to the front? All right, one more time. We're going to come to the Corbin Matthews restart zone. It's going to be Everett Larson, Terry Hughes, Dean Wedeking, single file restart. Trader and Raker. Raker did not get a very good start right there. Trader got in the back of him just a little bit. It looked like he's going to go to the bottom. And here comes Thornton. Thornton's also going to get by 47. So the 47 of Raker just did not get going well in the start. He is going to fall back a couple of spots. We're 3 wide here. It looks like Champlin on the bottom. Biddle right there in this as well. Gagnon up on the outside. Looks like the 19 of PJ O'Leary as well. So up front right now, it's the 01 of Larson. We're going to truck around. Looks like Raker. Raker in the 47 around. Slagan also involved. Slagan was able to get back onto the racetrack. Raker just did not have a good start. Made the 71 here of Modric also partly involved. Raker still down on the bottom trying to gather up his thoughts to get back up onto the racing surface. So he started up here in 4th on his restart, but did not have... Had a little damage on that truck. He started falling back, and I'm sure that had to attribute to this. And we got a bunch of drivers down on pit road. David Sluter still in the pits getting some repairs done. Cal and Delano as well after that last incident. But up front, it's Everett Larson. Everett, I believe, with 1 win on the season here. We've got this that'll tell us. I think he's got 1 victory. Oh, no wins on the season for Everett. I thought he picked up a win earlier in the year, so I think maybe that's just graphics just not working right. He's got his name a little different. So Thompson, we're going to look at Ryan Thompson back here. He's in 8th. We got a meatball flag for Hughes. So an incident there with Hughes, it looks like. We watch Thompson going to make his way up through the field. So Ryan Thompson now up to 9th. In that 10 truck. He's got good pace out there in the WTF Motorsports number 10, as he is right behind the 38 of Nixon. But up front right now it's Everett Larson. He's got about 4/10 of a gap back to the 8 of Hughes. But here comes Trader. Let's take a look here at our head-to-head matchup, and let's see if Trader is gaining on our leader. So we can see the gap right here in the last 3 laps since we went back to green flag racing. Nick Trader has been faster than our leader. According to our prediction right here, he's going to catch him in about 10 laps. I think it's going to be sooner than that if he can find a way around Terry Hughes here real quick. He's looking at the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Trader off of 2. He is closing in on the back of the 8 for 2nd right now, but can he make a pass as they head down into 3 and 4? Hughes pitted back on lap 28, so he has got about 35 laps on those tires, 34 laps if I do my math a little better. Trader not really catching him quite as fast as I thought he would. And some Dean Wedeking with a good run right here in 4th. Right, Dean has not had a good run in quite a while. He's up here in 4th. He's in the top 5 right now. He is on a little different pit strategy though. He is going to have to pit at least 1 more time. I'm assuming everybody's going to have to pit at least 1 more time. I don't think we can go 50 laps here. Thinking the pit's somewhere between 35 and 40. If anybody's out there in the chat that was in the race that can tell us, let us know. Back here, little battle. This good battle going on right here. Champlin, O'Leary. Looks like the 55 of Menace is in here as well. Right there behind him is the 10. What happened to Thompson? Thompson was up towards the front. He is now falling back. He's back here to 14. Only as well. So Mason falls back to 15. Take a look at the 35. Mitchell Williams finds himself back here in this mid-pack battle in about 13th spot. He's been running up front most of the day, trying to get back up into the top, up into a podium spot. A little contact with the outside wall that looked like the 10 of Thompson. Saw a little concrete dust fly up right there. Let's get back up to the front. And the 8 of Hughes and Trader have both caught Larson. We are about to have a three truck battle for the lead. Trader on the bottom, and you can see the 8 on those older tires just can't hold the bottom of the racetrack. The truck drifts up mid to the top of the racetrack in 3 and 4. That's going to allow Trader to get down, get a good run off of 4 down the front straightaway into 1. Nick Trader, I think, is going to have second here off the corner, but Hughes doing a really good job on that outside line. He's got good pace off the corner. Good run right there for the 8. He is going to fight off that battle there from Nick Trader in the 56. All right, one more time. Nick's going to look up underneath them. Everett Larson sees what's going on in his mirror. They're side by side right behind him. Larson up, blocks the top, blocks the bottom. Maybe a little bit of draft help there from Traders. That might pull him alongside the 8. Don't think we're going to see a lot of drafting help here at Charlotte, but nice move there from Hughes. He is going to fight off the 56, and he's going to look to the bottom of Larson as they head into 3 and 4. Terry Hughes wants to lead this race. He is down on the bottom of the racetrack. Larson now on the top. Trader just really with nowhere to go. They're going to come off a 4 through the trioval section here on lap number 69. And it's Larson still with the lead. Now it's Trader to the outside. 3 truck battle here for the lead. The 01, the 8, and the 56. Nick Trader's led the most laps of this race. He's trying to get back to the front. Outside, he's going to make the move on Hughes into 3 and 4. Nick Trader now back to second. He's only got one more truck to pass to complete his progress back to the front of the field, as he's got the 01 of Larson right there, and Larson's not going to be an easy truck to pass. Let's see if Nick can get underneath them down into 1 and 2. He follows him to the top of the racetrack. Watch Nick drive the truck down to the bottom off of 2. Let's see if that gives him enough of a run down the back straightaway. He is tucked up right on the back bumper of the 01. We jump on the nose cam here. Trader up on the outside. Down to the inside is Everett Larson. Going to run off a 4. It says hit me right there. A little wiggle right there from Larson. Hughes trying to get back in as he's up on the outside. Sorry for missing any action back in the middle of the pack right there, but look at this 3 wide back there. There's Biddle, Raymond, and it looks like Williams down on the inside 3 wide right there. We got a good battle up front too. This Trader now trying to find a way around Larson. Once again, he goes to the top of the racetrack here off of 4. Down to the trioval, 1, 2, 3, single file right here across the line. The complete lap number 71, 29 laps left to go here for the Western Racing League Viking Construction Group Truck Series at Charlotte, week number 10. Wedeking in the 44 had been running up in the top 4, but he's now falling back to 6th. Last week's winner, Landon Slade in the 91. He is on a tear. Started 34th. He's up to 4th. Landon Slagan wants to get back to the front. He got an EOL at the start of this race, but he is got himself back up into the top 4. He needs a caution. Nick Trader to the lead. Larson fights back up on the outside off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Does Everett Larson have anything for Trader? Trader on the bottom, Larson on the top through 3 and 4. Larson just does not have tires up underneath them to put up a fight. That is going to let Trader get back to the lead. He last led about probably 15 or 20 laps ago at this point. All right, let's see what's going on back here in the middle of this pack. We got Nixon on the bottom of the racetrack, Wedeking on the outside, Biddle and Raymond just about get together. We've got a few of our camera drivers all right here in this mix. You can see Wedeking Raymond down in the bottom left-hand corner right there as well. All going at it. Nixon was on camera earlier, but he looks like he went away. So the 38 of Nathan Nixon is going to try to follow Landon Slagan to the front. Right there behind him is Raymond on the inside of the 96 of Biddle. Mitchell Williams looked at a really good truck earlier on in the 54, but he just is not able to get clear of this traffic. He's now back up to 9th. He was down about 13th or 14th. We've got 18 trucks on the lead lap right now. Corbett Raker in the 47, the last car in the lead. Little wiggle there from Biddle as he looked to go 3 wide. Raymond drifting up the racetrack. Weddington's got to chase his truck up the racetrack to avoid the contact. Not sure who that yellow truck is on the inside there. That's the 86. It's a lap truck of Noah Delano. He just pitted just a few laps ago. So back up front though, Trader, Larson, Hughes, and Nixon. Slagan now fall back to 5th. Nixon got around him there for that 4th spot. Slagan with a good run here in the top 5. PQ O'Leary with a good run up here in the top 12. He's been up pretty consistent up in the top 15 minutes. To look to the inside of him. This is for 12th and 13th. Thompson in the 10 trying to get around only. This is for 13th and 14th, or excuse me, 14th and 15th. All right, sorry about that. Had to sneeze. But here's a good battle with Champlin and Biddle. Biddle with one of his better runs in a while. He's up here in the top 10. He's up to 8th. Champlin as well down there in the 9th spot. Brady Zeller back into the fight here. He's on the outside. Actually, Brady is the first car a lap down. He needs another caution. He's hoping for another caution to get back on the lead lap. Mitchell Williams right there as well. Trader now starting to pull away. Let's take a look here at our battle up front. It's now 1.5 seconds between Nick Trader and Everett Larson. Terry Hughes in the 8, hanging on to that last podium spot. Now, I'm assuming they're going to have to pit at least one more time. They pitted back on lap 28. I don't think they're going to go 72 laps on one tank of fuel here at Charlotte. So, for sure, all these drivers that pitted back on lap 28 are definitely going to have to pit. We've had a nice long green flag run. But Nick Trader's found his way back to the lead. Take a look at our lap leaders here one more time. Nick with 54 laps led. Ever did get 22 laps led. Raker and Cal both have led a lap as Larson's now going to go around the lap truck. Who is that? That's Hughes. That's the 47 of Raker on the outside. Nixon has made up some ground here. So Nathan Nixon has caught this battle here for 2nd and 3rd. He did pit back on lap 55, so he has the freshest tires of anybody up here in this group right now. So Nathan Nixon on a charge. Landon Slagan also struggling. Everybody's struggling to get by that 47, that lap truck. He seems to be maybe a little damage on that 47. He's kind of wiggling around there a little bit. Oh, we got Austin up in the chat saying we're going to have to pit one more time. Thank you for the backup on that, Austin. It's kind of what I was thinking. Another battle going on back here. Zeller a lap down, trying to get around the outside of the 96. Couple different groups on the racetrack. Mitch Williams has finally got his way around. Finally got himself clear of this traffic. Let's see if he can get himself up the road and catch our leaders as he's battling here with Wedding for the 7th spot. All right, Nixon's found his way around Hughes for 3rd. Nathan Nixon with a good run here tonight. He's now in the top 3. He's got himself around Terry Hughes Jr. Slagan out of the bottom of Hughes for 4th. Slagan has got a good truck of that 91. He has got himself a hot rod. He is coming to the front. Now up to 4th, Joshua Raymond in the 7 with a good run here as well. A lot of drivers looking to have some of their probably season best runs here tonight at Charlotte. As Raymond now up to 6th. This is 5 cars all battling for position. Larson, Hughes in here, Nixon, Slagan, and Raymond. Raymond down to the inside of Slagan for 7th, or excuse me, for 5th. Slagan with a good run on the outside. Let's see if he can clear the 8 off the corner. Nixon to the inside of Larson at the same time. It's a great angle. We can see everything that's going on here. Nixon looking to get second, or excuse me, to get third. Actually, that's second away from Larson. Slagan now up to 4th. So I think a lot of these drivers that pitted way back on lap 28th were figuring we'd get at least one more caution flag in here. And we're stayed green for a long time. Our last caution, when was our last caution? Our last caution, we went green flag racing back on lap 54, around 57 actually. Nixon out of 2nd. Larson falls to 3rd. Slagan to 4th. Raymond to 5th. Hughes now falls back to 6th. It's ways back to Mitchell Williams in the 7th spot. But this is our battle right here. 3 wide off of 4. Slagan. Raymond gets a little bit loose. He's going to save it right there. That's the second time Raymond just about got involved in a 3 wide incident right there, but does a nice job of gathering it back up. And it looks like we might have an incident here. Oh, this was way back. Never mind. Oh, around goes Raymond and Hughes get together in the 8 and the 7. As I looked away for a second, came back over and looked, and that is going to be admin box caution one more time. Let's take a look and see what happened here between Hughes and Raymond, because I looked away and didn't see it. So Hughes on the bottom, Raymond up there on the top. Little contact right there. I think Josh could have given him a little more room. And as they come off the corner right there, let's take a look at that from the chase cam here. The little contact right there as they're coming through the center of the corner. Let's see if we can get down to a little bit slower speed here. Let's just back that up. So Raymond is about in the middle of the racetrack. And they just both fighting for the same piece of real estate. Hughes starts to drift up just a little bit. At the same time, Raymond's right there keeping him down tight, trying to pinch him down to the bottom of the racetrack. And around goes Hughes. Back to live time. Let's take a look at our race recap because I lost count of cautions. 9 cautions for 25 laps as we are on lap 87, and that is going to let everybody come down on pit road, fuel up, get their last set of tires more than likely. And I see everybody coming in. Take a look at our leader of Nick Trader. Trying to see who wins the battle off pit road. Here comes Nixon. Nixon with a good run, but Trader's going to come off first. Nixon in second. Larson and Slagan is your top 4 off of pit road. So Landon Slagan looking to back up his win at Dover last week with another one here tonight. All right, but your leader is going to be Nick Trader. We're going to come back to restart here. It looks like Declan Beatty looks to be right in front of this. I'm sure Declan's going to get a wave around. Declan down there in the 29th spot. So we got a few lap trucks right in front of our leaders here. It looks like Wedding King, Zeller. I see Cal right there who had a good run going earlier in the 85. He is now down. Looks like he's down at least a lap here at this point. So they should be getting a wave around here in a minute. It looks like that's going to happen right now. Lucky Dog was going to go to the 47 of Raker. All right. Lights are out. Can Nick Trader hang on? He has got Nixon, Slagan, and Larson. 3 drivers that just hungry for another win. Look right there in the 5th spot. The 96 of J.D. Biddle. J.D. getting a good run here tonight. Mitchell Williams also right there. This is going to come down to the end. It's still anybody's race right now. We got 12 laps. We're going to have 11 laps to go when we cross the line here on the restart. Let's hear from you out there in the chat. What's the over-under on us going green from here on out? That's not really an under question. It's a yes or no, isn't it? All right. One more time, we're going to come to the Corbin Matthews restart zone. Trader Nixon's going to lead us to the restart. Can Nick Trader get away from this field? I don't think he's going to drive away with anything here. But he does get a good jump off the corner. Slagan with a fantastic jump on the outside. He's up to second on the outside of Nathan Nixon. This is your battle for second. Slagan in the 91. Nixon down on the bottom. Nathan Nixon is going to get a good run off a 2 down the back straight. He's going to clear Slagan. Here comes Everett Larson. And here comes the 54 of Williams. Williams was quick early in this race. The 96 of Biddle right there as well. So the top 6 all right here together. And then it's a little ways back to the 52 of Champlin. Mason Only also right here in the top 10. Ryan Thompson and Joshua Raymond, who was just involved in that last caution flag, going to round out our top 10. Larson now to the outside of Mitchell. Williams. 10 laps left to go for Nick Trader. He wants the win. He hasn't had a win yet this season. We talked to him last week. He's hungry to get the victory. Can he hang on? He has got the 38 of Nathan Nixon charging him down. Slagan right there as well. Larson to the outside of Slagan for third. He has got a great run off of turn number 2. The 91 and the 01 got together last week. They're going to run clean right here down the back straightaway. The 54 of Williams now to the outside. Trader about 0.4 of a second advantage right now, back to the 38 of Nixon. Now Williams looking to go down Slagan. This is for 4th. Nick Trader getting a good lead right now. It's still about 3 to 4 tenths of a second. He does not want to see a caution flag. He's got a good advantage over the 38 of Nixon. He wants us to go green all the way to the end. Our top 6. Ooh, it looks like Larson got a piece of the wall. So did the 96 of Biddle. It looks like everybody was in pits long enough to take 4 tires, but Slagan just does not seem to have the pace that he had at the end of that last run, as he's starting to drop back a little bit. Here comes Mitchell Williams now to the inside of Larson for third. Mitchell Williams was battling with Nick Trader for the lead early on in this race. He is trying to get his way back up into the podium spot. The 54 of Mitchell Williams now back to third underneath Larson. Larson fights back on the outside to the tri-oval. Side by side for third and fourth right here. Larson and Williams. All right, little battles going on back in the pack. We got Meneses, and it looks like Champlin there on the outside, side by side. This is for 10th and 11th. But it's still up here in the front. It's still Slagan and Williams going at it for 4th. This is allowing Larson to get away. Excuse me, that's Slagan and Biddle. I'm sorry, this is for 5th and 6th. Biddle takes a look to the outside, but up front, Nixon and Trader starting to close the gap right there. Nixon is now down to about 2.5 tenths across the line. 4 laps left to go. Let's take a look at our last 5 laps right here. They've been pretty matched on pace, but look at Larson. Larson looking really strong here off of 2 this last lap. The 01 of Everett Larson trying to get back to the front here. He led a little bit earlier on. He wants to get around Nixon for second, but here comes Mitchell Williams. We're going to have 4 trucks here across the line. 3 laps left to go. It's going to come down to one of these 4 if we stay green for the next 3 laps. Nick Trader, Nathan Nixon, Everett Larson, Mitchell Williams, and it's a little ways back to Slagan and Biddle. Larson to the outside and Nixon off of 2. Williams has to check up. Just about makes a little contact. Larson able to dive down to the bottom of the 38. Halfway down the back straightaway, he's got to run into 3 on the bottom. Can he clear the 38? Can he make the slide job? He's not able to get in deep enough to slide up into the front of the 38 truck. Them running side by side is going to let Trader get away a little bit here. 2 laps left to go across the line. Next time by will be the white flag. Nick Trader with about a 6 truck length advantage over the 01 of Larson. Nixon doing everything he can to get back around Larson. They're going to try to shove him down into the 3. Try to give Larson a little bit of a push. Nixon back to the bottom off of 4 across the line. It is your Viking Construction Group 1 to go for Nick Trader. Everett Larson, Nathan Nixon, basically 3 wide for second. It's all Nick Trader's race at this point. Make no mistakes, and he is going to get his first victory of the season. Right now, the battle's for second. Larson, Nixon, and Williams. Williams now to the outside of Nixon. But up front, it is going to be all Nick Trader. We keep an eye on the battle for second. But Trader is going to come across the line and take the win. Fireworks go off. Everett Larson second. Nixon hangs on for third. Williams, Slagan, and Biddle. That's your top 6. Then it go back to Mason only with a good run there in 7th. PJ O'Leary all the way up from 32nd to come home in 8th. Michael Champlin in the 9th spot. Ian Menace is going to round out our top 10. Then it's Ryan Thompson, Dean Wedeking, Nico Cipollini, Victor Keith. But up front, the 56 of Nick Trader going to pick up his first win on the season after claiming a few poles. We know he's going to be happy up here in Victory Lane. Let's see here. Gonna burn it down for us right there on the front stretch. So take a look here at our podium. Nick Trader in the Transistor Motorsports number 56, gonna bring home his first win of the season. Everett Larson in the 01, the B&W Racing, and Nathan Nixon in the 38 comes home in 3rd. Thanks to Nexus Designs. If you need some liveries painted, check out Nexus Designs. Find their Instagram; they'll take care of you. All right, so it looks like. We're going to go back and take a look at that white flag lap here one more time. We'll slow it way down. We'll see if we can find our podium finishers, get them up here into the booth. All right, in the waiting room, we have the one and only Nick Trader. Are you there, Nick?
Hey, I'm here.
All right. Let's see, make sure everybody else can hear you too. All right. Well, you got her done, buddy. That was give us a little bit of the insight of your adventure, which you saw. You led a lot early, kind of got mired in traffic on the little bit different pit strategy. Just kind of give us your viewpoint of how the race went.
It was good, just minding my pace, trying to keep the runs at bay, especially when they got under me. I knew you could hold them on the bottom with the runs off the top. I dodged a crazy wreck. How I missed it, I don't know, but I'll take it. Apparently, baby Jesus was on my side today. And then once I got back and got past Everett Larson, who stayed out, it was just, again, minding my pace.
Well, we talked last week. You were hungry for the victory. You finally get the victory after getting on the pole a couple nights. I mean, you said last week, if I remember correctly, you were really looking forward to Charlotte. You showed your pace all day long. A couple guys threw some stuff at you. I thought Mitchell Williams had a good truck, but kind of faltered back there towards the end. But 10th race of the season here, you finally pick up your first win. Just tell us what it means to you.
Oh, it means a lot. I got to thank my brother a lot on this one. He's really good at running this track, and he kind of showed me some tips and tricks with this one. But him just doing it, everybody racing clean. I know me and Larson got there together on the backstretch. I think it was just more of a meet in the middle thing, but my main issue was trying to get around him and not burn my stuff up behind him because that air really affected the front of the truck. And yeah, just once I got out, I mean, just happy, man. Just happy.
Yeah, no, great run out there tonight. I mean, this was your race to dominate. You definitely led the most laps in this one. Everett, and Nathan threw what they had at you there at the end, man. But congratulations on the win. We go to Nashville Super Speedway next week. I'm not really familiar with. I don't think I'm very familiar with. I'm going to check out on that one. But how you feeling about that next Tuesday night?
Good as usual. I like the concrete tracks, so I get some practice in on it. Again, haven't ran it since all these updates has come through. This is really the only night I get on my sim rig. Usually I'll hop in the night prior if I have time to get some practice in. But we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully some good battles there and not as big as a caution fest as today was.
Well, good job, man. Great, congratulations bringing home the win. But before you get out of here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
You up in the broadcast booth, again, I always go back and watch them. Whether it was a good race or a bad race, I still like going back and kind of seeing the battles throughout the field. My brother, again, for helping me out with this track and making the schemes. I got a scheme on the hood today, so it's good to put the Transcendent Designs truck in victory lane. Nico, Tyler, Dave, all them guys putting on a great league. Then everybody here, just good racing, good clean racing that with the people who can actually hold the truck under them. But yeah, that's it.
Well, congrats, buddy, and I'm sure we're going to talk a lot more as the season goes on. So good luck, whatever else you got going on, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Yep, man. Appreciate you. See you then.
You bet. All right, let's get. Looks like we have. Looks like I don't see Everett in the chat, but we do have our third place runner. So let's get Nathan up here in the booth. I thought I saw those guys up here a second ago. Nathan, you got Chris in the booth. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Well, good run, man. I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is that your first podium of the season?
Yeah. A couple weeks ago, I think, got one. I don't remember if I finished 4th or 5th, but I've been up there a few times.
Well, good run. You had a good truck there at the end. The little bit different pitch strategy really seemed to pay off for you. Got up to the front. You and Everett kind of got to battling there for a second, and I think that really let Nick get away. You think if you could have got clear of Everett a little sooner, you think did you have anything for Nick there at the end?
I was trying my damnedest to go. I could get up to his bumper in 1 and 2, going down the backstretch, but 3 and 4, he had something figured out that I couldn't stay with him. So I don't know if I could have, if I had anything for him, but I would have definitely kept him honest, which I think with all of us right there, that was somewhat done anyways.
Yeah, that was a great battle there for a second between yourself, Everett, and Mitchell. Just kind of battling out, but I think Nick out in front was just really happy to see you guys going at it, man. But hey, your first podium of the season here at Charlotte. We come back to Nashville next Tuesday night. How you feeling about that?
I like that place. I don't get on here as much as I used to, so I have no clue. But I know I like it.
All right, man. Well, congrats on a great finish tonight. But before you get out of here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
First, top of the list is my wife for letting me get on here and race late. And yeah, just whoever's watching. I don't know. Maybe my parents, my dad, who knows?
All right, buddy. Well, hopefully we'll see you up here again before the season's out, and good luck whatever else you got going on, and we'll talk to you again.
Thank you very much. I got a new job coming up, so I'm few and far between from here on out.
Well, the sim racing. I mean, you got to take your priorities, man. You got to have some sim racing. But I understand you got to pay the bills, brother. So hopefully we'll see you again. But and congrats on the new job, and hopefully it works out for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the good broadcast. I look forward to watching it tomorrow.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. All right, that was Nathan Nixon coming home with a podium win. Second place tonight. Everett, are you there?
Yep.
Well, you had a shot at it, buddy. You looked really good there at the end. You got to battle in there with Nathan. As I just got done asking him right there as well. I think if you guys could have got separated there, did you have anything for Nick if you could have got clear?
Oh, I believe I could have probably caught him there, especially with the draft and just the fact it's Charlotte. But there, I was trying to get by the 38 to my best, or to the best of my ability, because I really, really think I could have caught up to Nick there. Whenever we took the white flag, I'm like, maybe, just maybe, I can get a big enough run down the backstretch to catch him. And then the 38 got back to my inside, and then I just got kind of side drafted. And I didn't have much for him as far as like the last lap, whenever the 38 got next to me, but I had hope and I was really just driving my heart out there. I was really trying to get up to him, but it was just a good battle overall, and I'm just happy with second.
Well, that's a pretty bold statement you have on the back of the truck right now. As a matter of fact, we saw a couple guys almost take advantage of it.
Oh yeah, I was a bit hot whenever I made the paint scheme still, but I think I'm okay now. It was just, I'm a bit frustrated still at the 91, but I will race him the way he races me. I won't wreck him, but however he chooses to race me, I'll just race him the same way.
Well, it looks like you guys got side by side there a couple times tonight. It looks like you guys kind of got past it there. Looks some good clean race in the night after last week. But good job coming home in second, brother. I thought you had a shot at it. I know everybody's hungry for the win. Nick was really hungry to get the win. I know Nathan was as well. But we got Nashville next week. And then after that, where are we going after that? We got Michigan. So a couple big tracks. We got all big tracks coming up. Nashville, Michigan, Auto Club. And then we go to Lime Rock. So a couple big races coming up, or big speedways coming up. How you feeling about that?
I really, really like Nashville because it's just I like the fact that it's just a flat track as far as speedways go. Just because the tires get eaten up more. Therefore, I'm really, really hoping that more tire saving comes into play. Because here at Charlotte, it would be like about a 30 lap run, and then everyone would get tires and stuff. Like they're off not the last restart, but before that, whenever I had my teammate Terry behind me and I was in the lead, it was just single file. I don't really like stuff like that. I like being further in the back and just being able to tire save and then work my way up through the field. But I'm really hoping that we get more tire saving and just less tires, maybe something like that. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to Nashville. Most of the time, I have decent pace there. Same thing with Michigan, and then Lime Rock. Turn right and drift, I guess.
Well, good job again tonight, buddy. And so before you get out of here, you want to thank?
I want to thank you for putting on the live stream and doing all the interviews and stuff. And I want to thank my parents for watching. And then I also want to thank Food City, Quality Heat and Air, Kingsport Fitness, Han Doctor, my good buddy Corey LaJoy, and Zamp Racing.
All right, buddy. Congratulations. And I'm sure we're going to talk again before the season's out. So good luck. You got the modified this week, hopefully. Good luck with that, and we'll talk to you again.
All right, thank you.
You bet. All right, that is going to wrap it up here for us of the Western Racing League Truck Series. Let's take a look at our full results here before we get out of here. And I've got to turn some stuff off here. There we go. All right, coming home with the win, Nick Trader, Everett Larson, and Nathan Nixon. That's your top three. Mitchell Williams with a good run there in fourth. Landon Slagan all the way from the back after the EOL. Fantastic drive back up to fifth. JD Biddle. Wish we had a chance to talk to JD. He had a great run there for JD up to sixth. Mason only in seventh. We've not seen Mason finish a lot of races here lately with a bad luck, so a good run for him to come home in the top 10. PJ O'Leary in eighth after starting in 32nd. Michael Champlin with a good run there in ninth. Ian Menace is 10th. Ryan Thompson 11th. Dean Wedeking 12th. Nico Cipollini in 13th spot. Victor Keith, Corbett Raker, Jacob Thornton, Joshua Raymond, Brady Zeller come home and finish the race 3 laps down. Tyler Brewer, Scotty Larson, that rounds out our top 20. I know Scotty really wanted a better finish. He looked good early, but fell back here, got involved in a couple incidents, comes home in 20th. Let's take a look a little bit further back. Joshua Wise in 21st. Brandon Cal, Terry Hughes in the 23rd spot. Noah Delaney in 24th. Declan Beatty 25th. 26 going to be Josh Gagnon in the 79. Rick Modric got involved in a couple incidents. He comes home in 27. Trent Hughes. Your points leader, David Studer, with probably his worst run of the season by far in 29th. Paul Boomershine in the 30th spot. And then rounding out our 35-car field, it was Sean Georgia Peachin, as we're going to call him, in 31st. Bryce Dickman in 32nd. Jeremy Freer, Jason Tamer, and Rem Wyatt. That rounds out our 35-car field. A great field of cars here tonight here for the Western Racing League. Hard charge of the race was Slagan up 29 spots. Nick not only won the race, he led the most laps at 75. Fastest lap of the race was Everett Larson with a 29.937. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves out of here. Sorry, I'm searching around for something here on my screen. All right. So don't forget, we got more races coming your way this week. Tomorrow night, we have the Appalachian ARCA Series, American Appalachian ARCA Series. Sagar is going to be covering that one. Then I will also be here tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern for the AI Chief affiliate race. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be at Auto Club Speedway. And then no racing Thursday night. We're looking for, actually, you know, if you got a league out there, we're looking to fill a hole on Thursday night. We thought we had something put together, but we had our Thursday night league kind of drift away, and then we've got, so we've been trying to find something else. So if you know somebody's got something on a Thursday night, we can cover just about anything. So let me reach out, let us know if you got something out there. Friday night, though, we've got the Half Decent Racing League, Xfinity Series. Those guys always put on a really good show. And then we don't have a Saturday night. We've been covering the JWR e-racing Saturday nights, money racing, super speedway stuff. But we're going to be out of town this week, so we're going to be, well, we're just going to be busy, let's put it that way. So we're not going to be here to cover that one. So congratulations to Nick Trader bringing home his first win of the season here at Charlotte's the Western Racing League Viking Construction Group Truck Series. So from all of us here at DRSN saying thank you so much for spending your evening with us. I'm Chris Murphy saying keep it smooth, keep it smart, and if you can't do that, at least keep it entertaining for the folks at home. We'll see you next time. Good night.